Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next game in the 1967 World Series on Inside Pitch. This is game number two. And if game number two was anything like game number one, we are in for a treat. We're back at Tiger Stadium. Games three, four, and five would be at Busch Stadium, assuming it goes 5 games. Starting pitchers for today's ball game. For the Cardinals, it is right-hander Dick Hughes. And for the Tigers, it is right-hander Joe Sparma. Both were 16-game winners in the 1967 real-life American and National League season. Hello, Ben. How are you doing? Good to see you. Let's see how it's looking here on the computer. Looks like it's a little tilted, so let's see if I can fix this just a bit. And I believe we might have to move this over just a little bit to fit the dice tray. So let's see about doing that, maybe. Perhaps. That might be as good as it's going to get. Again, I do not have the lamp on. I could always turn it on if I really had to. But I think this is as good as it's going to get. I want to get as close to the cards as I can get with, I might lose a little bit of the peripheries on the bench and bullpens for each team, but hopefully. Actually, what I might be able to do, let's try it this way. See if we can go vertical both ways on this way, and that way I don't have to stretch too much on this side. That might be the better way to go. I think that might just be the better way to go, although we do lose a little bit of the thing there, so well, you can't have everything. You're going to miss something, obviously. If I get this close to the cards, you're going to miss something. So I think that's as close as I can get it, to be quite honest with you. And let me check focus to make sure. I think that's the clearest I can make it. So we'll go with it. It's the best I can do with a smartphone. I don't have a fancy 4K camera like that other channel has. All right. Nope, Ben certainly can't. But I at least want to make it a decent experience. There's the dice for the tiger colored dice. So Dick Hughes still loosening the bullpen to come in the bottom of the first, but right now in the top of the first. We got Joe Sparma loosening up, and Lou Brock will lead it off. Now in game one against Wilson, the Cardinals jumped on him for 4 runs and before he even got out of the first inning. So they're hoping for better things out of Joe Sparma. All right, Chuck, how you doing? Good to see you. Joe Sparma, 16-game winner, going to see what he can do here against Lou Brock. We got a 1-1. It's a walk chance, 8. That's too high, so Brock will swing it. 6-4. It's ground ball to second. 1 away. Off to a good start at least. And here's Curt Flood, center fielder. We get a 2-6. That's a strikeout chance, 4, and he definitely got him. 2 down for Roger Maris. We got a 1-6. That's a blank. He's not tired. Maris. 4-2, and that's a power result to center field. Goes to 11, but that's a 19. So it's just going to be a deep fly to center. And Joe Sparma, a 1-2-3 inning, faring much better than his counterpart did in the opening game yesterday. Or last night, whatever it was when you saw it. All right, so Dick Hughes going to finish the warm-up tosses. He was a 16-game winner also. And he'll be facing Dick McAuliffe, Jim Northrup, and Al Kaline. And for anybody that was curious from yesterday, this guy showed up. Mike Marshall. As I suspected, I accidentally had him in the Yankee pile because the Tigers in the regular season, the last game they played was against the Yankees. And the Yankee cards and the Tiger cards look very much alike. So he mistakenly got put in there. So he's definitely fresh and ready to go for this game. All right, so Dick McAuliffe. And if it gets to be where the focus is a little bit out, let me know. I'm going to put on the lamp light because it looks on my laptop it looks a little dark. I don't know how it looks on you guys' phone or whatever you're watching it on. I'm going to turn the lamp light on and see if that helps. I don't know if that makes it any better or worse. You guys can let me know with the light or without the light. So I don't know, I don't know which one looks better, light or no light. You guys can tell me from your end which looks better, which you can see better. I'm thinking the contrast probably is better without the light, but I always want to, get a second opinion. Slight orange hue. Yep, you sure? Yep, because it's one of those old-fashioned incandescent bulbs, and that's probably why it's doing that. So I'll go without the light, and we'll just let it go from here. Make sure we've got good focus. I think we do. All right, here we go. Nick McAuliffe. 1-6 is a walk chance 14, and he walked him. So Dick McAuliffe draws a lot of walks. He's got a 19 rating there. So McAuliffe is aboard. He needs a 1 to get the lead. Cannot do it. He will stand pat for Jim Northrup. Infield double play depth. Hughes, 6-1. Blank to a lefty. Would have been a strikeout plus to a righty. Northrup, 4-2. It's a single pass second. Single pass second. We go to our chart. Single pass second to get to from first to third. You need a 3 or better. McAuliffe is a 4, so he will make third automatically without a throw. And the Tigers have runners on the corners with nobody out, and it looks like an inverse of yesterday's game. So the Cardinals are going to play back. Cardinals are going to play back for the double play. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Northrup can't go anywhere. Here's K-line with runners at the corners and nobody out. 5-5, strikeout chance. That's a 1. He got K-line. K-line had no chance. When you get a 1 on that D20, you just have no chance on that. So 1 away now. Double play gets him out of the inning. And here's Willie Horton. Tigers don't want to blow this golden opportunity to take the lead here. 3-6 is the ballpark card. Going to Tiger Stadium for the ballpark card on that 3-6 result. Willie Horton, if he gets the home run chances, it's a 1-19. That's a 6-5. It's not a home run, but it's a single plus to center field. So guaranteed McAuliffe will score from third base, and guaranteed Northrup will take third. The only question is, can Horton stretch this single into a double, which is what that +8 means. Went to center field, floods a 0 arm, and Horton runs at a 2. So he needs a 1 or a 2 to get the double out of this. He does not. He's got a hole with a single, but they'll take it. Tigers will take that single. They lead it 1-0. Still runners on the corners with 1 out. And now Norm Cash, the batter. And now maybe the Cardinals are the ones who are squirming a little bit to start this ball game. Hughes, 4-2. Possible error on a throw. Go to Cash. 4-4. And that's a ground ball to third against a right-hander. That's a 10. Third baseman is Shannon. He's a 17. He will throw it away. He has an error rate of 17. So Northrup will score. Now the question is he throwing it to second or is he throwing it to first? Well, we have to do that first. We have to check that out first to see if it's a double play or not, or double play chance or not. He's a 1. Halfway is a 2. And pitcher doesn't add anything. The pivot at second base is Javier. He's a -1. This has to be a 1 to get a force play. I mean, a double play chance. It's not. It's a 4. 4. I still think you're going to throw for Horton. So you're going to throw to second base to get an attempt to get the force. First, it's an E5. So we're checking the receiver. Javier, he's a 2. He needs a 2 to block this. He does. So Javier keeps it from going by him. It'll just be a 1 base error on Mike Shannon. Scoring is Northrop. Horton moves to second base. Runners at first and second with 1 out and 2 runs in. And this is eerily looking similar to last night's game. Oh, it does happen sometimes, Jason. It certainly does. That's how you get stolen bases. All right, so nothing on the Havoc where we're checking for balks or anything. Here's freehand, but it is optional rule. That's why they call it optional. Range play. They are at double play depth, so if it's hit to the infield, you lose 1 on the range. 5-5, ground ball to short. So Maxwell's range is a 4, but it drops to a 3 because he was at double play depth. He needs a 3 to get to this. And he does. Now is it a double play? 2-0. Halfway is a 3, but Javier's a -1 pivot, so it drops it to a 2. They still get the double play, so it's going to go 6-4-3 to end the inning. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Both runs are earned because that run would have scored regardless of the error or not, because it would have been a fielder's choice, not a double play. So it's 2-0 Tigers as we go to the top of the second. Cardinals find themselves now in a bit of a dire strait, unlike the Tigers in last night's game. So Sparma back out. We're facing Orlando Cepeda. Hi, Marlon. How you doing? Orlando Cepeda, the batter. Tabby is not in the room. She's doing something else. She was here, but she wanted to leave. She might very well be scratching at the door about the 5th inning. We never know. Here's Sparma. 4-1. That's a possible error on a ground ball. We go to Cepeda. 6-5. That's a ground ball to first. Possible error. That's an 8. Norm Cash is only a 2, so he will make the play. And since it's a defensive check, we're going to say he flips it to Sparma covering for out number 1, much like an X chance in Strat. RJL, good to see you. Good to see you, Robert. As far as tomorrow goes, Robert, when are you live streaming your 69 pennant race thingy? Are you doing yours in the morning, afternoon, night? I'm trying to get my schedule straight so I don't conflict with you. If you would let me know. All right, Sparma to McCarver. 4-5. That's a strikeout chance. 10, too high. 7:30. Okay, good. All right. McCarver, 3-2. Ground ball to first. This time Cash will take it to the bag himself without having to flip to Sparma. 2 down. And here's Mike Shannon. An error in the field in the bottom of the first. 4-1 possible error on a ground ball again. Go to Shannon. 3-3. That's a fly to right field. And that's going to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down go the Cardinals. Much better start for the Tigers in this game. They lead at 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. We do have a pitching change for the Tigers in Game 3. It was originally scheduled to be Denny McClain, but instead Mickey Lolich will pitch Game 3 and start Game 3. With Earl Wilson starting Game 4. It'll be Nelson Briles against Mickey Lolich in Game 3 from St. Louis, because there will be a travel day, simulated travel day, after this game is complete. So Dick Hughes back out facing Don Wirt. Hughes, 4-4 ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for Don Wirt. 6-1 ground ball in front of the plate, and McCarver will throw to first. 1 away for Dick Tracewski. Shortstop. 6-3 home run question mark to a right-hander. 1-14. It passes. Tracewski needs a 3 to hit a home run. 3 or less, and he doesn't get it, but he will get the swing. 5-1 power result to center field. 1-15. That is a 15. It'll be a triple for Dick Tracewski. How about that? Dick Tracewski with a triple. And now the infield's going to have to come in. They don't want to give up another run. The infield is in. 18, could be a squeeze bunt sign, but we're not going to mess with that. We're going to go ahead and let Sparma swing away. Infield is in. 6-2, strikeout plus, and he got him. So 2 down, infield back to normal, but Dick McAuliffe has a chance to drive home a run. Nothing on the strategy. Hughes, 5-4, hit by pitch. He's at 8-0-11, no hit by pitch. McAuliffe will swing it. 3-5, and he's going to fly to right field to end the inning. So the triple goes for naught. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of 2, it's Detroit 2 and Cardinals nothing. And again, Game 3 will be Nelson Briles against Mickey Lolich at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Sparma back out. And that brings up Julian Javier. Jason, tomorrow starts my 1987 Stratomatic Super Advanced American League replay. Every game will be played out. No simming. Every game will be played out. All opening day games will be on video, including the first game, which is Cleveland at Toronto. That'll be a live stream tomorrow afternoon, probably around noon. And then the other games for opening day will be pre-recorded and have videos for those. And then once we get to day 2, 3, and 4 and down the road, I'll play the other games offline before we get to the final game of that day, which will be the video game of the day, and I'll do a video for that particular game. Don't know if it's going to be live stream or recorded. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. But 1987, one of my favorite seasons. Sparma, 4-4. Home run question mark. That passes on a 6. Javier needs a 12 or less to put the Cardinals on the board. And he does. Julian Javier. Julian Javier, a solo shot, cuts the lead in half at 2-1. It'll be a fun one. It'll take probably a couple years. You know, I'm not in any rush for it. I'm just going to enjoy it. Once this is over with, then the only other project I'll have will be the NBC Game of the Week, but that's only on Saturdays. So, you know, so I need to have something to do in between, but it's going to be Stratomatic only once this is done. Stratomatic only for quite a while on this channel. All right, so Sparma to Maxville trying to recover. 4-6 is a blank. We go to Maxville. 1-6 is a ground ball to third for out number 1. But if you are an inside pitch fan, never fret, because Mr. RJL will provide you with as many inside pitch games as you can probably stomach in 1 week. So Sparma 3-4. That's a strikeout plus chance actually. So he will catch Dick Hughes looking for out number 2. Top of the order in Lou Brock. Oh, white die didn't go through for some strange reason. So let me re-roll everything. That's Suadice. Of course, it's all the way under the table, which is never fun. I'm sure that doesn't happen on the other channel, but it happens here sometimes. There we go. 5-6. Sparma 5-6 is a blank. Go to Lou Brock. 4-4. That's a ground ball to second. And that's going to end the inning. He grounded to second twice. So a run on a hit, which was the home run. Nobody left at the end of 2.5. It's 2-1 Tigers. Bottom of the third. Bottom of the third. It'll be Dick Hughes on the mound. Had a very precarious second inning with that triple, but got out of it. He'll be facing Northrup, Kaline, and Horton. Heart of the order. Hughes, 1-5, strikeout, 20, too high. We go to Northrup. 5-1, fly to right. One away, and that'll bring up K-Line. K-Line, your batter. Struck out his last time up. Might strike out again. 6-1 is a strikeout plus, but he only strikes out as a 5. The plus is a 15. Stadium adds one for 16, but that is an 18, so there's no strikeout. K-Line gets to swing it. 6-4, and he's going to fly to right. So another fly to right field. Last 3 outs have been fly to right field. Here's Willie Horton. 3-2, and that is a blank to a right-hander. Go to Horton. 5-2. Single right at third base, so Horton is 2 for 2. He does not have an attempt to steal, but we check Hughes to make sure there's no pickoff or balk. And there's no 20, so nothing to worry about there. Here's Norm Cash. 1-3 is an automatic out, and the automatic out will be a fly to center to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of 3, it's Detroit 2 and the Cardinals 1. Maybe a little more sane game as opposed to the wild one we had in game 1. All right, Sparma back out. We'll be facing Flood, Maris, and Cepeda. Heart of the Cardinal order. Sparma, 4-6 blank. Go to Flood. 3-4. It's a ground ball right back to Sparma for out number 1. The only downside of doing the 87 thing is that's DH. That's the only thing that will bug me a little bit, is doing it with the DH. But I've already done the National League and History Maker Baseball for 87. And I really didn't want to do that again. So I didn't do the American League and History Maker. I just did National League. All right, 2-2 is a rare play, or not rare play, a range play. Maris, 6-5, and that's a single to third, but it's a range play for Don Wirt, who's a 4. So 1-4, and Wirt will take this hit away. He does not. It's a base hit for Roger Maris as he cues it opposite field to get a 1-out single. He has no attempt. Checking for a balk. No balk. So here's Cepeda. Field looking for 2. Sparma 2-3. Ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for Cepeda, and he's got the power. He finds that home run result. 3-6. He found a rare play result. How about that? Now, I did take the rare play sheet out of the plastic, hoping it would look better on camera without the glare. So I took it out of the plastic and just have it with the paper. So we're going to see if that helps the looking on that without having the glare that might have been on there. We get a 22. Fly ball center field caught with the lead runner tagging up and moving up a base. The play is appealed and the runner is called out for leaving early. I think we had that yesterday. 22 again, so it's a fly out to center field. So that means it's going to be a double play. So it flies to center, but Northrup caught. Maris was trying to tag and go to second from first base for whatever reason. But I don't know, RJL, would you say that this doesn't apply? Because it says if play does not apply, re-roll and chart. But to me, fly ball to center field, lead runner, the only runner's on first base. You're telling me Roger Maris is going to try to tag up from first to second, and he left early? It seems like that doesn't apply. I don't know how you would rule on that, RJL. But I guess he could technically do it, but it just seems stupid to do it. Especially Roger Maris. He's not exactly Lou Brock. To me, it applies. Okay, double play. So it's going to be an 8. And then he left early, so we're going to call it 8. We're going to say he throws it into the shortstop, 8-6-3 for a double play. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the double play and the bonehead play by Roger Maris. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. I guess that's why it's rare, because it was dumb. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-1. And we got Bill Freehand. Maybe they should change the title of that to Rare Stupid Plays. I don't know. All righty. But, he didn't have, Chris didn't have in there, does not apply with runner on first. He did not specify, he doesn't qualify it in any way. So It just seems like a stretch to me, but what do I know? Here's Hughes. 1-6, walk, 8, and he walks him. Freehand will draw the free pass. Strategy roll checking for balk and pickoff, but there is no 20, so stand pat. Here's Don Wirt. Hughes, 2-6, strikeout chance, 14, too high. Go to Wirt. 6-4, ground ball to third, possible double play. He's a 3. Pitcher's nothing, halfway's a 4. The pivot at second base is Javier. He's a -1, so it's a 1-3, and they will turn the double play. And they do not. That pivot cost them. So it's going to be a 5-4 fielder's choice. And somewhere IDJ is foaming about the absurdity of a pivot rating. But we let ID rant and do what he wants, and we know the real deal. All right, here is Trzaskowski. Nothing on the strategy. Hughes to Trzaskowski, 1-5's a strikeout, 8 got him. So he went from a triple to now a strikeout. So 2 outs, and here's the pitcher, Sparma. Hughes to Sparma. 4-6, and that's an automatic out. So the automatic out will be a fly to center. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 4. It's 2-1. Tigers holding a slim lead. Joe Sparma back out. He can face 25 batters, and he's only faced 13, so he's definitely good to go for quite a while. And Tim McCarver is your leadoff batter. 3-3 is a walk plus. That's an 11, so he will walk him. Leadoff walk to McCarver. He's got an attempt of 2. And he gets the attempt. It'd be a 10, plus 3 from Sparma is a 13, plus 1 from Cash is a 14. They're going to send him 1-14. And he's got caught stealing. So he tried to get greedy, but it just didn't work out. And McAuliffe puts on the tag, and McCarver is out of there. 1 away. Base is cleared now for Shannon. Sparma, 5-1 range play. Shannon, 2-3. That is a ground ball to second. The range of McAuliffe is a 3. 1-3, and McAuliffe will make this play. He does not. Base hit. So, boy, the caught stealing really factors in now. Shannon has an attempt of 1, but he's not going anywhere. That brings up Julian Javier. He homered his first time up. 3-5, and that's a walk chance, 7, and he will draw the free pass. So Sparma, a little bit of control issues. First and second with 1 out for Dow Maxfield. Sparma, 2-2, range play again. Maxwell, 5-1, star 5, is a ground ball to second. So again, we're checking the range of McAuliffe. He's a 3, but they're halfway, makes him a 2. 1-2. Can't get it. It's a base hit. S4. On an S4 to score from second, all you need is a 3. I'm sorry, all you need is a 2. So Shannon will score to tie the game. To go from first to third, you need a 3 or better. Javier's a 4. He will take third. So the score is tied. 2 apiece. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And the pitcher, Dick Hughes, coming to the plate. Maxfield does not have any steal attempts. All right, Sparma to Hughes. The infield is in. 3-1's a walk chance, and he walks Dick Hughes, the pitcher. That evil number 1 there on the D20. That's the 3rd walk of the inning by Sparma. And now the bullpen is getting up in earnest. And for anybody that came in late, we did find Mike Marshall. He was with the Yankees. I put him with the Yankees by mistake, so he is there. He is there. Bases are loaded. He is warming up. is Mike Marshall in the bullpen. Lou Brock is up with the bases loaded. Infield's still going to be in because they don't figure they can double up Brock. At least not very well. So Sparma has to get some control here. 6-2, that's a pitcher result. 1-9 against the lefty is a single, but that's a 12, so it's a blank. Go to Lou Brock. 4-1, and that's a split chance, but against a righty, it's a single to shortstop. So that's a base hit. That will give the Cardinals the lead. Javier will score. Maxfield runs at a 2. He needs a 3 or better to score from second, and there's only 1 out, so he stays with the 2. So the bases remain loaded. It is now a 3-2 Cardinal lead, and Sparma may not make it too much longer. Kurt Flood is your batter. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here is Flood. Infield is in once again. We get a 5-1. It's a range play with the infield in. That can be disastrous. Flood 2-2 is a single to left field, so we're checking the range of Horton, who's a 3. Very critical that Horton makes this catch. He does, but it could be a sacrifice fly. Flood's sacrifice fly rating is a 3. It is not going to be a sacrifice fly automatically. We go to Horton. He's a 0 arm. Runner at third is Maxfield. He's a 2. 1-2, he will score. He does not, so it's not going to be deep enough. Not only does Horton make the play, but he prevents the run, keeps the bases loaded with 2 outs for Roger Maris. Sparma 1 out away from getting out of this mess. Facing Maris, who is 1 for 2 against him. Sparma 5-5, strikeout chance 9, got him. He strikes out Maris to get out of the rest of the jam. 2-run scores it is, but it could have been a lot worse. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they left them loaded, thanks to 3 walks in the inning as well. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-2 ball game rather, now in favor of the Cardinals. And I think that's going to be all for Sparma. Mike Marshall is already loosening and ready to go, so he will be coming in the top of the 6th. So we're going to cap Sparma at 5 innings. With the travel day tomorrow, they can use anybody they want in the bullpen because they got tomorrow off to rest. So Sparma is going to go 5 innings, give up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 3, and they were all in the 5th inning. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, struck out 3. So 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for Mr. Sparma. Dick Hughes still going on, and now he's got a 3-2 lead to work with. And he'll be facing top of the order Dick McCullough. Here we go. Hughes, 3-1, automatic out on a star line. And it's going to be a fly to left field, 1 away. McCullough is retired, and that brings up Northrup. He is 1 for 2. Singled in the first, flew to right in the third. 4-4, that's the ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium. Northrup has a little bit of power, but not much. 6-3, and that's a star 2, which is a fly to center for out number 2. Brings up K-Line. He's 0 for 2. He's due for something. Hughes, 4-4, ballpark card going right back to Tiger Stadium. K-Line definitely has the power to put this out of here. 5-1, but it's a rare play again. Rare play, bases empty. Rare play, bases empty for K-Line. Have to hope he doesn't get hurt or ejected. 64, a 3-2 pitch called for a walk. Catcher argues and gets thrown out of the game, so Tim McCarver is going to be ejected from this ball game for arguing balls and strikes. Oh, now I hear Tabby crying, so let Tabby in. All right, Tabby is in now. Got to bring in the backup catcher, Ricketts, for the ejected Tim McCarver. And we got to put his rating in there. Dave Ricketts is the backup catcher. McCarver, who was set to bat second next inning, is ejected as he was arguing the balls and strikes. So let me get Ricketts in here. Ricketts is your new catcher. He's a 2-0-0 -2. And he runs at a 3. 273 hitter, so he's not like he's terrible or anything like that. But you do lose the experience of McCarver. All right. So the walk is issued to K-Line. His attempt is a 1. Get a lead. Can't do it. And now that will send up Willie Horton. Here's a who. He is 2 for 2. Couple of singles. Hughes, 3-6 ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for Willie Horton. He's definitely got the power. 6-2 is a ground ball to third, though, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. You played 5. It is still the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2. And we have a new pitcher coming in for the Tigers. It will be the guy whose picture was on a milk carton last night, but he's finally here. He avoided the fine from his team, from his manager, and he is here. Mike Marshall. He's going to come in and face Cepeda, Ricketts, and Shannon. So Mike Marshall, 1-3, 1.98 ERA and 10 saves, can face 7 batters. So Mike Marshall. Marshall, 6-2, strikeout chance 12, too high. Go to Cepeda. 6-4, fly to left. Cepeda 0 for 3. Here's Ricketts. Whoops, Suadice. We re-roll that. Marshall. 5-6, strikeout 9, too high. Go to Ricketts. 4-3, star 6 is a fly to center. 2 down for Mike Shannon. 5-6, strikeout 12. He's an 11. Stadium adds 1. That gives him the 12 he needs for the strikeout. Mike Marshall, a 1-2-3 inning. I guess he figured he better be on his best behavior and pitch well to avoid scrutiny. And he did just that. So 3-2 ball game. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Norm Cash, Bill Freehand, and Don Wirt due up for the Tigers against Dick Hughes. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Happy Labor Day weekend to everybody out there. 4-4 for Dick Hughes is the ballpark card going back to Tiger Stadium for Norm Cash, who definitely has the power. 1-1, home run to pull side. He's a 17. That's long, and that is gone to the short portion right field. Norm Cash was money on that one, and we got a tie ball game. Look at it again. 1-1. Home run to the pull side. He's a 17. That's a 4. That was a blast. No doubter. And we are tied at 3 apiece. Tied at 3 apiece, and here's Freehand. 3-4. That's a range play at the park. Going back to Tiger Stadium for Freehand. 5-1. It's a rare play, so it takes the range play out of the equation. We're going strictly to a rare play. This is the third rare play of the game in just the 6th inning. Third one. 31. Grounder to third, who throws in the dirt, making the first baseman scoop the ball. Resolve the play using a range play check for the first baseman to see if he scoops the ball. If he does, it's out. Otherwise, it's a one-base error. So the range of the first baseman is Cepeda. He's a 3. He's got to have a 3 or less to scoop this out and avoid the second error of the game on Shannon. And he does. So he saves an error on Shannon. It's going to be scored 5-3 as Mr. Cepeda looks over at Shannon and says, "Can't you throw the ball to first base without throwing it in the dirt? Trying to make it easy on me." Hughes to Wirt. 1-4. Blank. Go to Wirt. 3-6. Ground ball to first, and this time Cepeda has a much easier task, just to pick it up and step on the bag. 2 down for Trzaskowski. 6-5. Strikeout 14 is too much. We go to Trzaskowski. 3-1, and that's a fly to left to end the inning. But the Tigers tie it up on a Norm Cash home run, and at the end of 6, we are tied at 3 apiece. Dick Hughes can face 30 batters. He has faced 26. He is scheduled to bat third this inning. So they may, if people get on base, they may pinch hit. If not, if he comes up with 2 outs and the base is empty, they'll probably let him keep going. Mike Marshall facing Julian Javier. He can face 7 batters. He's only faced 3, so he's good to go. Javier has homered and walked. 5-5 is a walk chance again. 11 is going to do it. He's an 8, but the stadium adds 3, and that'll be yet another walk for Julian Javier. His attempt is a 1 to get the lead. It's a 20, but nothing there for Mike Marshall to pick off on, so everybody stays put. And here's Dow Maxwell. 3-3, blank. We go to Maxwell. 3-4, it's a fly to center field, 1 away. And now is where you get a little bit of managing that has to go on. If this is the American League, you're not even thinking about taking Dick Hughes out. But since it's the National League and you might want to take the lead and go to your bullpen, they may be going to a pinch hitter. And I believe they will. They're gonna pull Dick Hughes, and they're going to a pinch hitter, Bobby Tolan. Left-handed hitter Bobby Tolan will be on to pinch hit. See if he can't help get the Cardinals the lead back. Bobby Tolan. And we'll figure out who is in the bullpen and who's going to be coming in for the Cardinals. It'll be pinch hitter for Marshall, and then McAuliffe and Northrup, a couple of lefties. But they only got 1 lefty on the bench, so kind of want to keep him until the end. He is the closer. So I'm not sure who they might be using. They might be using Ron Willis, but we will see. Depends on if they take the lead or not, I guess. All right, so Tolan is aboard, or at the plate, rather. Strategy roll for Marshall. Nothing happening. Marshall to Tolan. 4-5, and that is a walk chance. 10 will walk him. So Tolan draws a pinch hit walk, and that's 2 walks in the inning, 5 in the last 3 innings by the Cardinals. Tolan runs very well, but he does have Javier in front of him who runs at a 4. So you got a 4-speed and a 5-speed. You got some good speed on the bases, and you got good speed at the plate in Lou Brock. Infield is at double play depth. Marshall. 6-1, blank to the lefty. Brock, 5-5, star 3, ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 1. Marshall adds 1. Infield is halfway, makes that a 3. The pivot at second, McAuliffe is a 0. 1-3, and they turn the double play and get out of this. Whoops, didn't go through. Let's try that again. No, it's runner advance. So the only play is going to be 6-3 ground out. Javier will take third, and Tolan will take second. So runners at second and third Those are the go-ahead runs with 2 outs for Curt Flood. Mike Marshall is now tired. He has faced 7 batters. This is batter number 8, but he does lead off next inning. So they're going to take a chance that they don't hit this parentheses rolls. That's the chance they are taking. Marshall to Flood. 4-3, and against a right-hander, it's a blank. So we go to Flood. 6-5, single to center. He didn't get the fatigue roll, but he gives up a base hit. That will score Javier, and it's going to score Tolan. He runs at a 5. With 2 outs, it becomes a 6. Center fielder arm. Ooh, almost. I was trying to avoid the sneeze, but I couldn't help it. Center fielder arm is a 0. See, there's no pause button when it's live. But that's going to be an automatic score because Tolan's a 5. With 2 outs, it becomes a 6. Single to center, he's a 0. And when you single to center, you just score from second, you add 2. So he would be an 8. So it's a 2-run single for Curt Flood. And that's going to be all for Mike Marshall. They're going to have to remove him from the game. He's going to have to go, and they're going to bring in a left-hander, Hank Aguirre, to try to get Roger Maris. So Hank Aguirre, and they're not going to do a double switch. They just want Aguirre to get the 1 out, and then they'll pinch hit for him. So Aguirre will be on to face Roger Maris. Marshall is going to go 1 2/3 innings. He's going to give up 2 walks and a strikeout plus 1 hit. 2 runs are his responsibility plus the Flood. So if Flood scores, that would give you a 3rd run. Flood, to get the jump, he cannot. So we won't worry about any strategy roll because he can't get the jump. So Aguirre to Roger Maris. 4-1's a blank. We go to Roger Maris. 5-5, single to second. That's going to move Flood to third. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. They can't get that 3rd out for whatever reason. Here's Cepeda. Now Aguirre has to face the right-hander rather. Aguirre to Cepeda. 5-6, strikeout 8. Got him. He strikes out at a 9, plus the stadium even adds 1. So he struck him out. So Aguirre gets out of the mess. He's done. He goes 1/3 of an inning. Marshall's going to end up giving up 2 runs, both earned. Aguirre gives up a hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout in his little time. But the Cardinals, as we hit the 7th inning stretch, they lead it 5-3. And we need a new pitcher for the Cardinals, as they did pinch hit for the pitcher Hughes. So let's look and see who they want to go to. They do have the lead, so they may be looking to go to one of their better pitchers. Maybe not necessarily a closer. Let's see who they might go to. They're going to Ron Willis. Or are they? You know what? They're going to Joe Horner. They're going to Joe Horner right here and right now. So Joe Horner is on to pitch. The only lefty they have, but they got 2 lefties coming up here unless they want to pinch hit. So Joe Horner will be coming on. Do the totals on Dick Hughes. He goes 6 innings pitched. Gives up 3 runs, all earned. He gave up 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. He walked 1, 2, 3. And he struck out 1, 2, 3. Struck out 3 as well. And he's in line to get the win, as long as the Cardinals don't lose the lead. But we got a pinch hitter for Aguirre, as we are at the pitcher spot. So with Horner, the lefty, coming in, they're going to a right-hander off the bench, or the Cardinals. Or the Tigers. So who's the best right-hander on the bench they have? Not much. They're going to save Jim Price for later. They're going to use Mickey Stanley. Mickey Stanley is only a 210 hitter, but he does have some good splits against lefties, where he hits lefties better than that, so that's why they're going with him. So the pinch hitter is Mickey Stanley. He will pinch hit to lead off the bottom of the seventh inning stretch. Tabby is not stretching; she's laying down. I don't know if I don't think I need to stretch actually. Game's been going along pretty well. 47 minutes, so I don't feel too tired. So we're gonna keep it going. Don't know where these allergies are coming from, but maybe I'm around Tabby too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm alert. Maybe she's got some dander that's giving me problems. I don't know. But anyway, Mickey Stanley, your pinch hitter against Joe Horner. 5-3 Cardinals, bottom of the seventh. 5-2, and against a right-hander, that's a walk chance. 6. He walks at a 14, so that will definitely be a walk to Mickey Stanley. So he draws the walk. That puts the tying run at the plate. His attempt to get a lead is a 2. Does not get the lead, so he will hold. Here's McCullough. McCullough, your batter. Lefty on lefty matchup. 2-1 ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for the ballpark result for Dick McCullough, and he does have decent power even against lefties. 5-6 is a ground ball to short, though. This could be a double play, although he's a 0 and he's a -1. So that's a -1. Halfway makes it a 0 again. The pivot is Javier, who's a -1. All right, RGL, we got a -1. We have a -1 double play rating. So obviously we cannot have a double play. We're just checking for fielder's choice or runner advance is my best guess on that. So we'll see what we get. Get a 4. Stanley ran at a 4, but being held makes him a 3, so we will get the force play. That's the best I can think of it as a force play. So it's going to go 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Hopefully I did that correctly. Not used to a -1 double play rating, but I'm thinking that's what it is. All right. So McAuliffe is at first. He has an attempt of 0 because of the -1 hold from Horner. Brings up Northrup. Even though he's a lefty, he's a 271 hitter. He's better than anybody got on the bench. So they're going to stick with Northrup. Horner, nothing happening there. Horner to Northrup. 2-5, and that's a strikeout chance. 8, and against a lefty, he's a 7. Stadium adds 1 though, gives him an 8 for a strikeout. So Northrup is out on strikes. Hello, Mr. Little. How are you? So here comes Al Kaline, and he's underperformed in this game. He is 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. There's really no reason for a strategy roll because he can't get a jump, and there's no balks or pickoffs. So going straight to the at-bat. 3-2, strikeout chance 2, got him. Kaline having some issues in this game. 2 down now. Actually, that's the end of the inning. That was the third out because we're already 2 out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We played 7. It's 5-3 Cardinals. And now we'll need a new pitcher for the Tigers as Stanley pinch hit for Aguirre. So let's see who's coming up for the Cardinals. It'll be Ricketts, he's a switch hitter. And then Shannon and Javier, and they are both righties. So they're going to go to a righty out of the bullpen. And it's going to be Pat Dobson. He pitched to 1 batter in game 1 and got ejected for arguing balls and strikes. So he is fresh. So Pat Dobson will be on. He's the freshest one out of the bullpen because it did use a lot of bullpen arms in game 1 because of Earl Wilson getting knocked out so early. So here is Ricketts coming in, playing catcher for the ejected Tim McCarver. And he'll face Dobson. 6-3, strikeout plus, and he got him. So Ricketts out on strikes for out number 1. Here is Shannon. 3-1's a walk chance. 10, he will walk him. Tigers pitching has issued quite a few walks in this game. That's the 6th walk issued, which in 7 innings plus is not too bad, but all 6 walks have come in the last 3 innings. That's the, I mean, from the 5th to now the 8th, they had no walks from innings 1 through 4, but for whatever reason, the walks are starting to pile up. Shannon needs a 2 or less. Doesn't get it. He'll hold. Infield double play depth for Julian Javier. Dobson, 6-1, strikeout plus, got him. 2 down. And that'll send up Dow Maxfield. Nothing on the strategy. Dobson to Maxfield. 3-1's a walk chance. 8, we'll walk him again. So yet another walk. Yet another walk. That's the 7th walk of the game. And 7, from the 5th through the 8th, they've walked 7 batters. Puts runners at first and second with 2 outs now. And Joe Horner, the batter, let's see, he faced 5 batters, or 4 batters his last time up. So they're going to pinch hit for Horner because he's going to be tired anyway, just about. So they're going to the bench against Dobson, the righty. They will go to a pinch hitter, but I think they've used all their lefties, which they did. Only pinch hitters they have now are right-handed. So they're going to go to Alex Johnson. He's the best they have off the bench, which isn't much, 223, but it's higher than anybody else's average. So Alex Johnson will pinch hit. Alex Johnson to pinch hit for Horner, and Willis will come into the ball game to pitch and try to close out the ball game. 2-on, 2 out for Alex Johnson. Pat Dobson trying to keep the score where it is. Nothing happening there. Dobson, 5-2. Against a right-hander, it's a blank. Lefty would have been an automatic out. Here's Johnson. 1-2, single to right field. This could score the run, although K-Line does have a -1 arm. So the runner on second, Shannon, is a 3. With 2 outs, it becomes a 4. But the -1 from K-Line makes it back to a 3 again. Score from second on a single to right field, you add 1 on your own. So that's going to bring him back to a 4. So it's a 1-4, and he will score. He does. RBI single. Pinch hit single for Alex Johnson. And Maxwell, let's see, he runs at a 2. First to third, you add 2, makes him a 4. -1's a 3. That is a 3. So, and there's 2 outs, actually gives him 1 more. So he will take third on the throw. And it's now 6-3 in favor of the Cardinals as they look to take a 2-game lead in the series. And Lou Brock is your batter. Dobson trying to get out of this. 1-2, and he does. That's an automatic out. And it will be a ground ball to third. Ends the inning, but another run comes in. It's 6-3 for the Cardinals. No 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Horner went 1 inning, and he gave up a walk. He got a walk and 2 strikeouts, gave up nothing else. And now Willis, what you talking about, Willis is going to come in and try to save the game. Trying to go 2 innings and save the game. Ron Willis. And that's going to be all for Dobson. His day is done as well. To have a new pitcher come in. Probably Fred Gladding will be coming in to pitch the 9th for the Tigers. So Ron Willis, 6-5, 2.67 ERA and 10 saves. He will be coming on to try to save the day for the Cardinals and give them a 2-0 lead in the World Series. He'll be facing Horton, Cash, and Freehand here in the bottom of the 8th of a 6-3 game. Willis facing Horton. 3-2 is a walk chance. 18, going to be too much. Go to Horton. 6-5, lines it hard, but right to Javier for out number 1. And that brings up Cash, who did homer his last time up. 1-2 is a blank. We go to Cash. 3-4, and that's going to be a star 5. Ground ball to third. Mike Shannon makes the play. 2 down. And here's Freehand. Willis 4-3. That is a range play. Go to Freehand for a range check. 3-4, and that's a power result to left field. Against a righty, goes to 10. That's a 1. It's going to be a single to left. Single to left, but it's a range play. So we're checking Lou Brock for a 4. He could take this hit away on a 1-4. And he does. So Lou Brock, nice running catch to end the inning, and the Tigers go quietly in the 8th. So we played 8 at 6-3 in favor of the Cardinals. And a new pitcher coming in for the Tigers. Dobson went 1 inning. He gave up 1 hit and 2 walks and a run. Did strike out 2. And Fred Gladding will be on for the Tigers to try to keep it from getting any worse. Fred Gladding. Fred Gladding, 6-4, 1.99 ERA and 12 saves. Fred Gladding. And he'll be facing Flood, Maris, and Cepeda here in the top of the 9th. Not looking good if you're a Tiger fan. Not looking good at all. Gladding 3-2. That's a blank to a right-hander. Would have been a straight-up home run to a lefty. So we'll go to Flood. 2-2, single to left field. So Cardinals have the hitting shoes on and get a leadoff single. Strategy rolls are now off, so there won't be any steals or anything like that. Here's Roger Maris. 4-3, strikeout, but 19 is too high. Go to Maris. 5-1, fly to left. 1 away, and that brings up the baby bull Cepeda, who's 0-for-4. He has struggled in this game. 5-3, he might, it's a range play. Might reach on a range play. 5-1, ground ball to third. Wirt is a 4. Needs a 1-4 to make the play. And he does. Now is it going to be a double play or not? Cepeda's a 3. Gladding 0, halfway is a 4. The pivot at second is a 0. 1-4, and we've got a 5-4-3 around the horn double play. And we do. 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. So Gladding goes 1 inning. Gives up a hit, nothing else. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Tigers. And they'll have to do it against Ron Willis. Will there be any 9th inning magic? It's going to be Wirt, Trzaskowski, and a pinch hitter for Gladding. Now, who's on the bench? Well, they could go to Eddie Matthews if they need a home run, but if they need a hit, probably Lenny Green. So it depends on the situation. Can't say for sure. Don Wirt's going to lead it off. He is 0-for-3. Do they pinch hit for Don Wirt is the question. They could pinch hit for Don Wirt. Try to get something started. Let's see how they want to handle this. Because Wirt hasn't done anything. They're going to pinch hit for Wirt. They're going to bring in Lenny Green to pinch hit for Wirt. You're down by 2 runs. You got to do what you can. So Lenny Green's going to pinch hit, followed by Trzaskowski, and then Eddie Matthews has picked up a bat and would hit for the pitcher Gladding. So we'll start out with Lenny Green, bottom of the 9th, 6-3. Tigers need base runners. 3-5, that's a blank. We go to Lenny Green. 6-3. Power result to center and up to an 11. That's a 4. It'll be a leadoff single for Lenny Green. So Green is on, and that brings up Trzaskowski. If Trzaskowski can reach, Eddie Matthews would represent the tying run. Willis, 5-5 is a walk chance. 20, though, is too high. Go to Trzaskowski. 6-4, ground ball to second. Could be a double play. He's a 2. +1's a 3. Halfway's a 4. The pivot at shortstop. Maxwell, though, is a -1. So 1-3, it's a double play. And it is. That's a really tough break right there. Really tough break. 4-6-3 double play. That really put the kibosh on any thoughts of a rally. But Eddie Matthews will pinch hit anyway with 2 outs and the bases clear. They just don't have a whole lot on the bench. The last chance, Eddie Matthews. Ron Willis is tired. He has faced 5 batters. He can face 5. Matthews is batter number 6, so he is tired. But he's going to try to get through the ball game and get the save. 1-6, and he is tired. His pitcher result 1-4 is a single. That's a blank. But if he gets Matthews, the game will be over anyway. Go to Matthews, 2-4. It's a fly to right, and that's going to do it. So even though he's exhausted and has to be removed, the game's over. So it doesn't matter. So Ron Willis gets the save with 2 shutout innings of relief. Winning pitcher is Dick Hughes because he went 6 innings and he gets credit for those 2 runs they got the 7. So Dick Hughes is your winner. The loser is going to be, looks like it's going to be Marshall, if I read this correctly, because he gave up the 2 runs in the 7th inning. So Marshall is your loser. The save goes to Willis. Willis went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. So final score 6-3. And for hits, let's see, we got 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. I've got the Cardinals for 9 hits. Tigers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And as far as errors go, there was an error on Shannon. So the Cardinals had 1 error. Tigers did not have any errors. So final line score, St. Louis 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Tigers 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Winning pitcher Dick Hughes, losing pitcher Mike Marshall, and Ron Willis with the save. So Cardinals now lead the series 2-0. 2-0 as we have an off day and travel to Busch Stadium in St. Louis. So all the relievers will have their rest and be rested for the next game. And starting pitchers for those games, for Game 3, starting pitchers for both teams. Let me find, here we go. So we will be going to Busch Stadium. And pitching for the Cardinals will be Nelson Briles, 14-5 with a 2.43 ERA. And on the mound for the Tigers, they need somebody clutch as they can get. They don't trust Denny McLain, so they have taken him out of the rotation, and it'll be Mickey Lolich instead. 14-13, but only a 3.04 ERA. Denny McLain's a 3.79. So they're going with Lolich to see if they can't get something done and try to get back in this series. So it's going to be Nelson Briles against Mickey Lolich. I invite you to come back roughly around noon tomorrow, Eastern Time, for the opening ceremonies and the opening game of the 1987 American League playthrough in Stratomatic Super Advanced. Opening day will be north of the border. It'll be the Cleveland Indians taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. I believe the pitching matchup is Tom Candiotti against Jimmy Key, but don't quote me on it. But there you go. Got my board all ready to go. Jimmy Key, I believe, against against the knuckleballer Tom Candiotti. So that'll be the opening day tomorrow. That'll be a live video roughly noon. And next game in this replay will be Tuesday night, right after RJL finishes his game. We'll have Game 3 from St. Louis, Nelson Briles and Mickey Lolich, and see if the Tigers can get back into the series. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in and spending part of your Labor Day weekend with me. Hope to see some of you at noon on Monday, tomorrow. I know some of you guys have plans and are busy. Maybe catch it later after the fact. But we'll try to have opening day with as much pomp and circumstance as I can possibly have, which isn't much, but there might be a little something. You never know. Tabby might be there speaking French. I don't know. We shall see. But it will be from Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. Cleveland and Toronto was the very first game chronologically played in 1987 in the American League. They played that game. They started that game before any other game started. So that's why I'm choosing that one to start this replay. It's going to take quite a while to get it done. I'm not in any rush. I'm not putting myself in any time constraints. Just going to have fun. I'll probably play a little bit slower pace just so I can enjoy it more. But we shall see. It'll be Stratamax Super Advanced. And I do hope that you are able to come join me for that. If not, maybe catch it on the replay. Of course, look out for tomorrow night for RJL 1969 Inside Pitch Pennant Race. It'll be tomorrow night around the 7:30ish usual time. You check that out. And like I said, once this replay is over here with the Cardinals and the Tigers, I'll be shifting away from Inside Pitch to Stratamax only for quite some time. So it will be Stratamax Super Advanced only coming up very, very shortly once the Cardinals win their 4 games or the Tigers come back and rally and win 4 games, depending on how it goes. So thank you all for tuning in. Sorry, Chuck, your Tigers didn't quite get the chance to make it. They led 2-0 in the first, but couldn't hold it. And poor Mike Marshall trying to make up for missing game 1, and he let it get away from him. So not only, that's almost adding insult to injury, taking the loss there. So until next time, Tabby says farewell, and enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.